What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to the channel. Thanks for checking out the channel. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that like button, you hit the subscribe button, you hit the notify button, where we're always dropping new Toyota Tacoma content. All right, guys, so we're just going to start off with this guy right here. So we got a fully loaded Sport. This truck is still here. You know, they cleaned it up. It's now clean, but 278 horsepower and 317 pound-feet of torque. So let's just kind of stay focused, or I'm gonna stay focused on that. So 278 horsepower and 317 pound-feet of torque. All right, now that's an upgrade. You know, my truck has 278 horsepower and 278 pound-feet of torque. So basically the horsepower is the same, but according to TFL, you buy horsepower and drive torque is his you know, his saying. You know, so yeah, this is a beautiful truck here. So I really like this truck a lot. This would be a nice little option for me, but the only thing, this is fully loaded, so it's going to be like 52,000, right? Almost 53, so 52.7. So it's almost $53,000 for this truck. Now what I'm getting to is, you know, do you want a V6? Do you want a third generation over this truck, right? Or do you want a hybrid? Because that's what I'm thinking, because with the hybrid system, I just did a video, so I kind of remember it. So you're going to get 326 horsepower and you're going to get 465 pound-feet of torque. So those numbers are a big difference, you know. Got a Stang right here. Sounds pretty good. You see what I'm saying? That's the V8 5.0. So, you know, you ain't going to get nothing like that. But, so yeah, so 278 horsepower, 317 pound-feet of torque. I mean, you're not obviously going to be racing it like you got a Mustang or you got a Dodge Charger or Challenger or even a Camaro or even a Corvette, right? So you don't buy these cars to go fast, or trucks to go fast, I should say, right? So this one's fully loaded for 53,000 basically. So that's a lot of bread for a mid-sized truck or just a vehicle in general. But yeah, this is fully loaded, so you're going to get the power lifting tailgate here. It's not going to be blacked out, but you are going to have the blacked out 4x4 and probably get the blackout Tacoma on the side. And you get the premium package with this one, so you're going to get heated steering wheel, heated and heated if I could talk, heated seats. I'm trying to say too much. Heated seats and cooled seats. Heated steering wheel. You're going to get a power sliding window. You're going to get blinker indicators, and you're going to get power and driver seats and a 360 camera. So this is a really beautiful truck, but for $53,000. And you know, since it is so expensive, you could easily probably get $3,000 off this truck. That's what I would recommend you try to do, at least, is get $3,000 off, because this truck has been here for a minute, you know. So I don't know if you'd rather have an off-road, for maybe a fully loaded off-road could cost you another $1,000 to $1,500 at least, I think, you know, depending on, I mean, well, I said it's going to be fully loaded, so it'll basically be just like this one, the premium off-road package. But this is one that I would consider. I just like having a rear locker and having crawl control, just in case, you know, you needed it. But if you don't really need it and you just want it fully loaded, you know, this 4x4 system is good enough, I think. So unless you're going to be doing some serious off-roading, I would probably just get the Sport over the off-road, especially if you're just going to be driving it to work, driving it to Costco or the Winco or Fred Meyer's or Safeway. You get the point, right? Or to the mall. Beautiful hood scoop. Basically the same hood scoop that you're going to get on that TRD Pro. So yeah, with the hybrid system, like I said, you're going to get 326 horsepower versus 278 horsepower. So 278 out of the turbocharged 4-cylinder, or you can have 326 and 465 pound-feet of torque. That sounds like a lot more power, but you know, I would have to test drive one of the new ones. And those hybrid motors or trucks will be showing up here pretty soon. I've reached out to, you know, a dealership about some that are going to be coming in pretty soon, so they will have them. Also heard that Toyota might be slowing down, you know, sending out some of these trucks production for whatever reason, and that might make sense. That might make a lot of sense because there's a lot of them at dealership lots, mostly SR5s, might I add, mostly SR5. So if we were to walk around this whole dealership right here, I think this is going to be the only sport on the whole freaking lot, excuse my language. But yeah, and let's look at, yeah, so there's not even an off-road. I'll take you right over here too, just to show you. There's not an off-road, and there's not even any colors. Here's a nice little cold weather package here. We'll look at a price. Looks like this got this one in. So 45,000. So almost 46,000. I'll let you guys read that. So you're not going to get the 14-inch screen, but you are going to get the 8-inch screen with the premium audio and the flex portable speaker. So no power seats and none of that stuff. So like I said, we were looking at what, like 53,000, and this is going to be 46. So 43, like I said, 43. You're looking at about a $7,000 difference if you were able to get $3,000 off of each one. If you're able to get $3,000 off of a premium sport. And here's Celestial Silver. This is another pretty decent one. So almost $46,000 for this one as well. So yeah, so 46,000. It's hard to see, but yeah, so not any off-roads on the lot, so that tells me something. Whereas they do have, we'll kind of compare prices to this, because this is going to be a hybrid right here. I did a video on this. I'm not sure how good it's going to do. You guys don't really be watching these Land Cruiser videos. I probably just don't do a good job, and I think I'm scared to post them. So this is almost going to be, this is 69,000, and we're looking at what, 53. But this is going to have the hybrid system, which comes standard with these things. So you get the 326 horsepower and 465 pound-feet of torque. But you guys have said a lot about this Tacoma. A lot of you guys don't like the turbocharged engine, and you guys have been talking about lately that you guys don't like the simple fact that it's made in Mexico for whatever reason. Now, I'm not sure why you guys don't like that it's made in Mexico, just because it's not made in the United States. Maybe, you know, I'm proud to be an American, and, you know, greatest country that I've ever lived in. I haven't lived anywhere else, but I love America, you know, no problem with that. You know, the land of the free, home of the brave, and all that good stuff. And it's nice to keep jobs here, you know, for people. So maybe you guys are, maybe that, or I'm not sure if it's just the workers or what, but you know, they work hard over there in Mexico. So they work really, really hard. And you know, Toyota sets up their factory over there, so everything has to be done correctly. But I don't know, I know they're not paying workers, is what we've heard, and there's been, you know, a shortage of workers. In fact, at one point there was out there, and people aren't just really happy with it being made in Mexico. I hear it all the time, and that's the only reason why I'm bringing it up. So because I honestly don't know, like, what's the problem that it's made in Mexico, besides that, you know, they're not giving American, you know, they could be taking away a job that somebody could have here in America if they wanted to do that job. But like I said, I don't know. I'm not going to get too political, but yeah, so you guys don't like the engine, because I posted a video talking about the Ford Frontier. I want to call it the Ford Frontier so bad, but the Nissan Frontier, and they got a new Nissan coming out, is what you guys told me, coming out in 2025. So it should be a redesign. I thought that was the redesign. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. But yeah, a lot of people, some people are sold and some people are not so sold on the new Tacoma. I'm pretty much sold, because I really like the way the truck looks. And we talked about the numbers. If we just talk about the numbers compared to the other truck, to the third generation, I'm happy with those numbers. I like those numbers. Not so happy with the 278 horsepower, and then you get 50 more pound-feet of torque compared to the other generation. So I'm a little confused on that. But it seems like that's all they could give you was the 200. They couldn't get past 278 horsepower, which is weird. And they went up 50 more pound-feet of torque with that turbo motor, and they went away from the V6. Now, what I will say in this video is that Toyota, apparently, I've heard it from, I'm not sure if I heard it from Mr. Untamed. We'll throw him under the bus because I haven't talked about him in a minute. Shout out to Untamed, because he is one of the guys that got me, you know, that I've learned a lot from, I should say. And I was watching his channel a lot before I had even started my channel. But yeah, I think he said something about, you know, Toyota not having to, you know, go to a turbocharged 4-cylinder, but they did it because, you know, they would get incentives, basically tax breaks and stuff like that. So like they could have continued making V6s, but they would have had to pay for it basically. So yeah, you guys, not everybody is sold on these trucks. And you know, I like these trucks. That's why I come out here and do these videos. And like I said, I would think I would get one, but what's stopping me right now from getting one of these trucks is because I would want to get the hybrid. Hybrid. How would you guys like me to say it? Hybrid, because I always say hybrid. You guys like how I say hybrid, but hybrid. But anyway, I would get that one because it's got the 326 horsepower and 465 pound-feet of torque versus 278 and then the 317 pound-feet of torque. But you are going to have to deal with the battery. I just like to have more. I'm that guy. I just want more. More is better, right? Bigger is better, right? Is what they say. But is it? I don't know. That's for you guys to decide. But other than that, I think this would definitely be high on my list, is a sport, because I have gone with basically 2 off-roads, one off-road premium, and then the other one was, it had the leather and sunroof in the 3rd generation. And of course now I have the TRD Pro Tacoma, which you guys do not want me to get rid of that truck. And you guys basically said you would unsubscribe from the channel if I get rid of that truck. And I like it a lot. One thing I will say is I would not trade it for this truck right here. I would not trade. I don't think I could do it, not just for the regular turbocharged. If I was to trade, I would have to have a hybrid, just because I think I would definitely have to do it. So I'm not going to do it. I wouldn't do it for regular gas, just because I'm that guy. Like, I drive an electric car, I drive a Tesla, so I'm not worried about the hybrid motor, especially with Toyota, because they've pretty much mastered it. We haven't heard about any hybrid things going wrong with like the Prius or something. We have heard of the backdoor recall with that stuff going on, but we haven't heard about anything with the batteries, you know, blowing up or doing anything stupid. So I'm pretty confident in their hybrid systems. And we haven't heard anything yet in the 2024 Land Cruisers, because all of those are made with the hybrid. So let's just kind of walk a little bit more and we'll talk a little bit more, you know, about the turbocharged 4-cylinder. And I just think people can't, like, I'll say it again because I always, you know, I get to talking and I'll probably see squirrel or something like that. But so I've come from like V8s, and I, you know, like I said, as a kid, I just wanted a 350. I wanted 350 horsepower. I wanted to be able to burn rubber. So, you know, even Chevy 350s, all that stuff. Even if it was a truck, I want to see it burn rubber. But so, you know, to go down to a V6 was kind of like a shock. And I think that's one of the reasons why I like these trucks as well so much, because of the horsepower with the Tundra, with the new motor. Like, we can look at one of these twin turboed, and with the twin turbo here, you get 389 horsepower and 479 pound-feet of torque. So that's kind of, you know, that's not too bad. 389. I'm pretty sure I had 485 pound-feet. I had 485 horsepower in that Charger, and both those Chargers and those 392s, 485 horsepower. So that thing gets to moving. So here's a hybrid, and you're going to get 437 and 583 pound-feet of torque. So you get 437 horsepower and 583 pound-feet of torque. So that's kind of getting up there. You got some power behind you with that. So so a lot of you guys just can't conceive the notion of having a 4-cylinder, and to top it off, you guys don't want a turbocharged one. So yeah, so not an off-road at all on the lot, guys. But what they do have is a couple 4Runners over here, and we'll check them out. Both are premium and both have cameras. All right, but do they got roofs? You know, I like my sunroofs because look at all the sun we got. It's almost 100 degrees out here, and my camera has not. This one looks like it's sold. Let me go check. I'm pretty sure it is. No roof. But this is $50,000. So this is $50,400, and it's still cheaper than a fully loaded sport. And this is going to be an this is the off-road. This ain't even the SR5. So cut the crap. So this is the off-road. Let's see if it is. Look, of course it's sold. It's sold. It's sold. So both of these are off-roads. You guys might see me do a video or not. This one does not have a roof. But yeah, back to what I was saying. So none of these, no off-roads on the lot. And they want $50,000 for this one, guys. And 270 horsepower and 278 pound-feet of torque. So, cold weather package here. And I want to take you guys over here because it looks like they have, okay, that's going to be an employee's vehicle over there. So we'll just walk around here. I'm pretty sure they don't got no other bills, but we'll just make sure, get my steps in, de-stress, do a little bit of walking. It's always good to do some walking. Walking definitely helps you de-stress. Okay, so there is an off-road over there, but let me see. It's sold. It's like, it's right over there. I'll let you guys see it. That's the off-road, but it looks like an employee vehicle. So yeah, I would be interested in a sport, maybe more in a hybrid, but like I said, I want it if I need it. You know what I'm saying? You might not use it, but it's better to have than not to have, right? That's kind of my feelings. But do you want to have something just to have it and you're not going to use it? It could be a waste of money. But yeah, I think it's nice. And especially like if it's only like, from my calculations, you guys can go back in some of the videos if you like, but in some of these other videos, hopefully my face is looking all right and lips ain't too chapped, but yeah, if it's only a couple $1,000 difference, you might as well get an off-road is my thoughts. I get an off-road if it's just like $2,000 difference between the off-road and the sport. We'll keep this video under 20 minutes, so